Again, good afternoon to everyone. It's my honor to extend a warm welcome to each one of you to the Corporate Connect Edition 11 of Breaking Barriers, Entrepreneurs Navigating Milestone and Fundraising Challenges. I'm Paunima from BCom, and I'm privileged to serve as the host for this esteemed virtual meeting. Each one of your presence adds immense value to the gathering. Let's embark on a journey of knowledge sharing and opportunities together. Welcome. Without any further delay, let us begin with the inaugural keynote address. I am delighted to introduce Mr. Giridhar Soundararajan sir, today's speaker, who will grace us with their profound experiences and lessons garnered from traversing milestone and fundraising transitions within the entrepreneurial landscape. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
I extend a warm welcome to our respected principal, Dr. Geeta Ma'am, whose visionary leadership has propelled our institution towards embracing innovation. I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Purnima.
I would like to welcome our head of the department, Nagraj sir, whose expertise has guided countless students towards understanding the intricacies of commerce. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Paul.
I would like to take the pleasure in inviting our coordinator, Ume Salma ma'am, who has inspired us all. I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you.
And our event coordinator, Shivkumar sir, whose meticulous planning has made the event possible. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Purnima.
I extend a warm welcome to all the teachers and dear friends on behalf of our esteemed institution. I welcome you all. Before we dive into the discussion, I would like to invite our respected principal, Dr. Geeta Ma'am, to address the gathering and share her insights regarding entrepreneurship and fundraising challenges.
Thank you, Purnima. Thanks for inviting me. So, good afternoon, everyone. I hope everybody is doing well. Cordial welcome to 11th edition of Corporate Connect, organized by the Department of BCom on breaking barriers, entrepreneurs navigating milestones, and fundraising challenges. So, on behalf of SSMRV College, I extend hearty greetings to distinguished speaker, Mr. Giridhar Soundararajan, founder of Barrel Motors, HOD Department of Commerce, Dr. Nagraj, Professor Ume Salma, first year BCom coordinator, Event Coordinator Mr. Shiv Kumar, members of the Event Organizing Committee, teaching and non-teaching staff members, and my dear students. Entrepreneurial landscape, I'm sure, in India is really vibrant and evolving today. And Indian economy, as we all have been witnessing, is making a remarkable growth. Be it the Sunicons, Unicorns, or Decacons, Centacons, whatever we have, everything you can see that the numbers are just going up, and there is huge potential for making it and redefining this Indian entrepreneurial ecosystem. So, as we know, entrepreneurship is often a romanticized word, and it is seen as a path filled with boundless opportunities and endless creativity. However, the reality is that aspiring entrepreneurs actually are facing with multitude of challenges, and this which can hinder their journey towards success. One of the primary barriers to entrepreneurship is access to capital and securing funds, especially in the early stage of when a venture is being set up. It would be indelibly daunting for them to raise funds. So, limited access to financial resources can be one of the key barriers, which our speaker would be addressing today and guiding you on. Then, moreover, we are also seeing navigating milestones like the crucial checkpoints that signify the progress and growth requires strategic planning, resilience, and adaptability. So, achieving these milestones, such as product development, market validation, and scaling operations, demands relentless effort and the ability to overcome unexpected obstacles. So, all these things today, we will explore all these challenges in depth and uncover the actionable insights on how entrepreneurs can effectively navigate milestones and fundraising hurdles. We will hear from distinguished speaker, Mr. Giridhar, who has successfully overcome barriers and achieved significant milestones in his entrepreneurial journey. I encourage you all to actively engage in this discussion and collaborate on identifying solutions that can empower aspiring entrepreneurs to thrive in an increasingly competitive business environment. Learn how to break down the barriers and see how you can become more innovative and avail from the entrepreneurial ecosystem that we have, supporting system that we have in our economy today. Thank you all for listening and have an enriching experience.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I call upon Pragna to give an introduction of our honorable guest, Mr. Giridhar Soundararajan, sir, a speaker of today's event.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Pragna N from SSMRV BCom department, here to introduce our beloved chief guest, Mr. Giridhar Soundararajan. Mr. Giridhar is currently building India's first electric dual sport motorcycle with a highly skilled and passionate team. Barrel Motors Private Limited was founded in 2021 with a vision to not just make a human transportation sustainable but also existing. Prior to Barrel Motors, founded Barrel Exhaust in 2014 and grew it from selling on the streets in Bangalore to having customers in 18 countries in 2020. Motorcycles have been an integral part of his DNA, and the entire team is passionate about biking and motorsports. Mr. Giridhar completed his post-graduation at RVIM. He got opportunity to work with Auckland Financial Solution, ISGN as business analyst, AOL as senior analyst, HP Enterprises Services as a senior analyst, Hewlett Packard as a sales analyst, and then he became a founder of Barrel Exhaust and managing director and founder of Barrel Motors. His achievements are commendable. Having you as our chief guest is our pleasure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Pagna.
Thank you, Pragna. Now, without any further delay, I welcome our honorable guest, Mr. Giridhar Soundararajan, sir, to take over the session and share his valuable insights on breaking barriers, entrepreneurs navigating milestone, and fundraising challenges.
Um, hey, hi. Thanks, Pragna. First of all, thanks a lot, Gokul, Dr. Geeta, and Nagarajan sir, right? Yeah. So thanks a lot for having me. It's a really pleasure talking to students, and even more happier because being part of the same institution, and I come from that same building. So it makes me more happier to be talking to the young crowd. Uh, and actually, special thanks to this institution right now because they are trying to bridge the gap between the academics and the corporate, where it is completely two different field in the sense that the reality and what is happening in the academics and the corporate are completely different.
Hello? Did we lose a connect? Yes, go. Could you please
Yes,
call him?
yeah.
One minute, 1 minute. Uh, sir, I just called him. He's connecting in a minute. Participants, appreciate your patience.
I'm back.
Yeah,
I'm
hi.
sorry.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
I'm really sorry. There's some Wi-Fi issues or some power issues. I don't know. Bear with
No
me.
problem. No problem.
Okay, so I'll be joining back if I drop, but somebody let me know if I've dropped. Great. So I was just telling about the. Is there a way I can actually turn on the camera, because I like to see and
Yes.
talk. It
The
says you're not allowed to turn your camera on. So,
oh, why would that be? I'm just wondering. 1 minute.
meanwhile,
Are you
okay.
trying?
Sorry.
I'll make you the co-host. Probably that should help. 1 minute.
Yep.
No, I've already made you the co-host.
Okay. Anyway, it doesn't happen. Um, it is better if we can see and then talk. That's more
Yeah. 1
engaging.
minute. Yeah,
Uh,
sure.
So while that is happening, I'm first of all thanks to all the other students who are actually here. So I'm not going to give you a lecture that is going to be boring. I'm not going to give you gyan again. So here is where I'm being myself. So I'm not trying to fit into any presenter's template. So first thing about being an entrepreneur is actually being yourself. So I do not follow all those things. So I'm pretty sure that at any point of time you have any questions, we will set. I mean, I'm not going to take up too much time talking, but I want to have an interaction. So note down your questions. So anytime you want, we have a Q&A session at the end as well, I guess. So we can have a lot of interaction. Let it be a kind of a two-way communication, not just a lecture on one side. And when I spoke to Gokul sir, being my senior, he actually told me that I wanted to, he wanted me to share my journey, with you all. So I'm really humbled to know that whatever I've gone through in the last about 15-20 years, can add some value to the young lot who's actually coming out to the real battlefield. Well, call this as a battlefield because it's real. It's not like a game. Every time your competitor or anybody is there who's definitely trying to kill you or make you run out of business. So this is as real as it can get. Now, one before I start off with my journey, I want to tell you what I have done, so that you might know. Okay, what is the merit that I need to listen to Giri, who's actually talking about what he's done. So just about like in 2003 to 2005, I was in the same building where you guys are studying right now. So without, I can just say that most of us are very not clear about what we want to do in our life. So most of you who are there in this call, students I'm talking about, who if you are having in a mind that you don't know what you want in your life, don't worry, because most of us in that era or in that period of our time are in that situation. But the worst part is you can't continue staying in that phase for a longer time, which I was. So now let me start off with 2005, where things came up with. I was actually doing my masters in RBIM, uh, but without any kind of a goal. So first thing in my life which I failed was there wasn't any goal. So I just did what I want to do, what every other my fellows friends did, and just came out of the college doing whatever is possible. But then reality hits when you go to your job, the career is completely different. So here is where things get interesting. So barrel exhaust is something I want to tell you, right? Like what I have done. So why you have to listen? Why are you listening to me? That is one. See, I started off barrel exhaust in 2014. I was selling in Bangalore on the streets. So the person whom you are looking at in the screen is a person who was sitting in the car in 2014 with some products in the car boot, waiting for a sale to happen. And because I could not afford an office, I was bankrupt in 2014, and I was sitting and selling in the car. So that from there slowly started learning things, just like entrepreneurship, LKG, UKG, first standard. So in the last 10 years, I think I've now come to about 8th standard, 9th standard right now, but still not great things. So started off selling on the streets in 2014, then went selling across the state, then across the country. And in the last 10 years right now, barrel exhaust sells or has customers and resellers and dealers in about 40 plus countries. So what initially was being told or updated in the thing was about 18 countries by 2020. But right now we are in about 40 plus countries. We selling automotive parts because that is exactly what I love. Most of you, at least boys in this, majority of them would be interested in the motorcycles and stuff like that. So everybody has some kind of a passion, and that is what I found after 10 years logging into the corporate field. Now I'm going to be so this is where I am right now. I'm into 40 countries from selling from the streets. Plus, in 2021, we are also building a company called by the name Barrel Motors Private Limited, where we are developing India's first dual sport electric motorcycle, the high performance ones, not the ones that you're looking at like the small, scooters, but it is a high performance motorcycle. So all this journey, how did it happen? That is where we have a lot of ups and downs and good things and bad things and learnings and failure. So let's go with that. I'm going to go a little bit slow here so everybody gets to know each phase of I have like 4 to 5 points only. I'm not going to bore you guys. So 4 to 5 points from my entire journey, with few pointers that you can actually take away. Okay, so can I to make it more a little bit interactive, I need to have video. Okay. So hi. So here is the person whom you are looking at. I know the poster didn't have the beard, and right now here I am, probably to make myself look a little more wiser with a white beard. So here, so guys, jokes apart. Is there any format I have you have still pending, Gokul, or can I start off?
No, Giri, it's your show now. You can start.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to be I'm going to take you through few parts of my journey from my corporate life to how I have come from selling on the streets to about global brand, building a global brand. We're in 41 countries right now. So the first part is I've just made a note of telling that finding what you love. Here is where most of the people go wrong, and once you're into you're finishing your degree or master's or whatever you're doing, and then when you come out, if you don't have a goal, which most of us don't have, even I was not, and so the people who don't know what they want to do, don't worry. But college is exactly the place where you can find what you love because you don't have any commitments. In my case, that didn't happen. So when I came out of college, I joined a company called Auckland because interviews were scheduled and I got through luckily, and I started working with what I want to do. But over the period, you just get caught in that wind. You go with the flow because next comes your hike, next comes your a different company, better job, better pay, better things. So you keep going with that, but you kind of what happens in that journey is you lose where you're trying to go, and that's what happened with me. I just kept on jumping from companies to company, but at the end of a decade, close to 10 years, I completely didn't know what was I doing because at the after some point of time when you make money, the one thing that you will not be happy with is I'm not happy with what I'm doing, what I'm spending my time every day. So that day stuck, but it took 10 years for me. Now that is exactly what I tell everybody whom I meet who are young, telling that don't put yourself into this long journey, rather than find out what you want to do very early in life so that you can actually focus on that, because that makes a lot of difference. Time is something that you cannot lose. So right now you don't have commitments, you don't have to pay a fee, since you don't need to earn to pay a fee, you don't need to take care of the house rent, all these things. So this is the time where you have something that everybody in the world is constantly losing, which is time. You have youth, you have time, use that. Start early. Now, how many of you, can I guess, you guys have access to comments, so can I know how many of you are looking for building a company or like going into entrepreneurship? You can just say you can raise your hand or just put a yes or something like that in the comments, so we can have it an interactive session. I can see the comments. So how many of you are interested to start a company, or what is your goal? Something like that. Yes, yes. Can I see yes? You say how many people want to start, so that it'll be more, easier to connect with that. Gokul, do they have access to message?
Yes, yes, they do. I have given them access.
Okay.
Students, if don't mind, even if you can, I've given you access to unmute and speak as well. If you find it difficult to type in, please go ahead.
Okay. People can come on video also. It'll be nice too, because this is not COVID. I don't know why it was an online session.
Yeah, no, we currently we are our college is closed for elections. This one,
Okay,
that's
okay.
the only reason.
I got it.
Yeah,
It would
yeah,
have been really nice meeting face to face.
yeah. We'll.
Okay, great. So I will wait for them to do that, but we'll go ahead. So the first thing what I told was finding what you love. So finding what you love is something that has to be done as the first thing, because I wasted about 10 years finding out what I have to do. But at the end of the time, when I quit my company in 2013, which was HP, it was a very funny incident. I just stood up one Friday afternoon. I just stood up from my company and I saw about 400 people sitting in my floor in HP working and doing the same job that I was doing and getting paid even better than me or less than me. But that's something that was something that we was happening. So either I thought I'm wasting my time. I'm not doing anything. So I wanted to do something that I love doing, made enough money. So let's not worry about it. And I immediately sent a resignation without even having anything else, thinking that okay, let me take it up and do things. But what happened after that is what reality kicks in. With about 10 years of experience, what happened with me was I carried a lot of ego that, Arey, 10 saal kaam kar liya. I know so much. I've been making six figures every month. So I don't need to, worry about if I quit my job, I'll make money. That is what happens in your security of the paycheck that every month you get, and you are trading your time with that. Now, when I quit the company, it took me one entire year because I was on my own for the first time in my life with a lot of ego. But then when reality kicks in, it tells you that, beta, you're in LKG now. So the moment I came into entrepreneurship with a baggage of ego with me, it hit me with a brick, and in the entire year, I could not even make 1 rupee in that entire year. All my savings got drained. And then, but what happened in that one year changed my life entirely. In that 1 year, I failed, which I have never done. I've never failed in my job. I've never failed in the college. I didn't fail. Yes, I did fail in my school exams and all, but this failure was real. I failed so many times. I tried to build mobile applications. I failed. I tried to build it again with another company because first thing tanked, but I failed. So what happened in that 1 year was a year of failures, and that year of failures is the best year in my entire life. I'll tell you, because failure can teach you things that nothing else can teach you. That is why we embrace failure. So experiment new things and experiment. So in case if you are working on even your exams, I'm not asking you to fail in exams. Give your effort, but don't worry about the result. But failures are the one thing that actually changed me. I was always afraid of failures, fear of falling, fear of failing. But that year completely changed. And everybody I can guarantee, I can challenge you guys. Every one of you who's going to come out of this college will at a point of time fail. If you don't fail, you cannot succeed. And that is one of the learning that I have gone through personally, because I came up with a lot of ego that I know things, I can do things, it's easier outside. No, it is not easier. You don't know everything, and there are better people who are working harder than you. So that actually is the reality that kicks in, and you must fail. If you don't fail, you'll not learn. So life definitely puts you on the failure thing, and that year changed me. And starting early could have been better, because let's say why I actually push people to who are interested to start something new to start early is because you have less you have more time with you and less commitments with you. By the time I started a company and went through all this failures, I was already married and I had a kid, I had an EMI to pay, I had a house to run, I had a kid going to school. It was a very, very stupid decision as well, but it was one of the best decisions in my life as well. So, what I would ask you guys is to make sure that you start early and do what you love. Third, uh, work for free initially. Don't after you finish your college. What mistake I did was I went looking for jobs which pays better. There was a job that was for sales. The first thing I always told myself when I came out of the college, because I carried an MBA degree, right? So I carried it and said, hey, मैं जाके road में sales नहीं करूँगा. I don't want to do door-to-door sales. I don't want to do these things. And I took up a job in Auckland where it was, MNC, AC floors, computers, pick up, drop, all these, fancy tags and stuff like that. But today, if you ask me, if I had the experience and knowledge that I have, or the realization or learning that I have right now, what would I have chosen when I came out of college? I would have chosen that door-to-door sales job, because irrespective of what you're studying, whether you're doing BCom, you're doing BBA, or doing MBA, MBBS, or whatever, engineering, whatever you're doing, the one skill, that you cannot undermine is the sales. Because even if you are at an interview, you are selling your time for and trading it for money called salary. Sales is something that you should never avoid in your initial time of your career. If you're getting a sales job, whether you're selling a credit card or a SIM card or whatever it is, don't run away from that. That is the hardest job, but that is the job that will give you the best skill in life, which is sales. For whatever you do, you need sales. Even if you're an analyst, you need sales, because you need to sell your data, your ideas. You need to sell your reports to your manager. You need to sell yourself for the next hike. So all these things is something that you need to do. Please, wherever you find some things, either it is a question or something that you're really important for you to note down. Please keep it for the end discussion. Now, once that is happening, I also had last time when I was talking to some students in RVIM and in CMIS, CIMS. They were asking, does the college have any impact of how you want to be, how you're going to be in life? So I had this analogy, which I think is a perfect example according to me. Now, wherever you're studying, the institution, let's say, consider the institution like a running track, and the coaches who's going to be training you are your professors, and the shoes and the accessories and the energy drink and all these things who are paying is your parents who are paying the fees. But this, however, this is all common for everybody. The track is common for all the students. The coaches are common for all the students. The fees are paid like how it is paid for everyone. But what determines the change is basically how you are going to practice, what you are going to, how much of effort are you going to be putting on that track, how much of energy are you going to be spending on making yourself stronger. That determines the person who is winning in that running track. So basically, where you do your the institution can give you a level field, the institution can give you coaches, the institution can give you an environment to practice and train, but you are the only reason for your success, or I would not call failure, but I would rather call it the level of success is determined by the amount of effort that you're putting, and these are the institutions that are giving you a platform to try that. Now you are here. You're all very lucky to be in this era, in this institution, where you have so much exposure. When we were in 2003, there was no Chat GPT, there was no Google, so much of this thing out there like how it is today. WhatsApp, we were all in the button phones, so the entire this thing was not here. Now you guys have a better platform. So for you to make try out experiments, I think this is one of the best. Let me move to the next one, which is there is this start early and avoid the society trap. So the moment you come out of the college, there is you get into a job, like how I got into. You get into a society trap which says, now you're in the job, get a house, get a car loan, get this loan, all these, get married, all these small traps that the society builds into. If you are focused on becoming, starting something new, I would say focus on that rather than getting into these society traps. Don't compare yourself with people. That is one of the things that we need to be very, very think of in the early part of our life. So after you finish your graduation, some would do a post graduation. I know, but the ones who are actually not, willing to do that and they want to continue, please consider the first 5 years of your life as an extended learning where you are not paying the fee, the company is paying you a salary. But please consider that you are getting into something which basically is kind of giving you a learning experience than an earning experience in the initial 5 years. It's like a long-term game, so don't play short in that. Now, what happened with me after we started off in the thing is, I started off selling from the cart because I was bankrupt by the end of the first year because I could not earn a money. I tried building apps, I failed multiple times. But like I told you about the failures, right? Because I failed, I tried. I never, I tried multiple times, and then I could not give up, and I was trying more to find out what I love. That is where things change, where I actually, by doing a lot of things, trying out a lot of things, being in that tough position, being in that uncomfortable situation, is where you find out what you actually love. Now in my case it was motorcycles. I could dream of motorcycles, I could speak of motorcycles for days, I could connect with I could even work for free. If somebody asks that at that time when I was not having a job, if somebody asked me that, can you fix my motorcycle, I would not even charge them. I'd be happy to do that. So I then figured out that, okay, this is where my heart lies, and this is my purpose of life. That I want to make sure that motorcycles and cars, they are something that are going to be getting better, and I need to work to make sure that the community is going to be benefiting from that. So you're finding a purpose, kind of trying something new, early experimenting, and then even being ready so much in early that you're willing to be working for free. That's exactly what I did. And then what happened was, we after this happened, then when I talked about sales, I'll tell you where this sales came into my part. When I started my company Barrel, and then I didn't have anything to set up a company office or something. I used to run with my own single car that I was sitting and working in. Then sales kicked in that I had to sell my dream to raise funds. Now there was a talk about fundraising in the initial introduction about fundraising. I have raised funds twice. So the first time when I raised funds was when I was sitting in my car. It is very, very tough to sell something to somebody when you don't believe in that dream or the product. So it was initially tough because it is not anything that happens in the first time, but you need to keep sharpening your sales skills. But at the same time, you also need to believe in yourself. So that for fundraising, the first thing for fundraising is how much do you believe in you and your idea. So these two things, the better it is, the more perseverance that you will have. And the more perseverance you have, the better you'll be able to convince somebody who has to put in his hands into his pockets to give you the resource to build your dream. So, the first time when I started selling my dream, it was really tough because I was sitting with in a car with no office, and I had to tell somebody that I'm going to build an empire. I'm going to build a brand that is going to go global. I'm going to build something that is going to be, disrupting the industry. So it was very tough, but the kind of conviction, like, see, I'm doing this even without anything. I'm selling to people even without having my own company product. I mean, own factory. I'm selling this to other states where people are buying without even having seen me personally. And now, if you give me the kind of resource, imagine what I would be able to do. It is something that will come only when you have that conviction, that kind of a belief in what you're trying to do. So and that belief comes in with clarity, and that clarity comes in when you love what you want to do, and you know that this is something that I want to do in my life, and this is my goal. So all these are interconnected. These are like the dots that are connecting. That when you start something that you love doing, you will be learning more about it than your competitor, because you loved learning that. Then you go and have more clarity about the industry, business, product, everything. Then you have more. Then you can go and convince people that you have done this, and if you get X, you will be able to achieve that. The bigger goal. So all these are something that we need to really think about. You are young, you are in college, basically you just come out from your PUC and got into BCom. 3 years are going to be fantastic. Any college life is going to be the fantastic. I am agreeing that right now, if I'm talking to you about building a company, raising funds, this will all say, "Arey yaar, it's going to come later. Why should I worry about it now?" So I'm not trying to kind of tell you these things to bring seriousness in you, that you need to start working on the first day, so that you can have your better career. Definitely you have to enjoy your college days. I also did. But here is where things are. Right now, while you're doing that, you also have the responsibility to kind of make your purpose in life real. So devote little bit of time every week or day, if possible every day or every week, a little bit of time on working on things that you call as a hobby, or I have something very it's passionate about. These are the two places where your heart lies. Somewhere in between these, it'll be stuck. You'll have 3-4 reasons. You'll have to find this early. The earlier you find this, and then spend about 1 hour a day, 1 hour a day on your hobby or your passion project, whatever it is, that will add up by the end of 3 years. By the end of 3 years, you'll be a completely different person. You can be an expert with 10,000 hours of working on something. So by the time you were 3 years, you would have already completed about, like, what if you do 1 hour per day and 365 hours per month, sorry, per year. You'd already be a 1,000 plus hours of expert on that particular topic. So it becomes very easy, makes you a different person, gives you a better edge. So do that early entry into your passion or the hobby project, that you need to actually do it. Now, second, about going global, or setting up thing. So let's say setting up a factory. Now you all know that I'm an alumni of RVIM, which is a management college, and I've done an MBA, BCom MBA. Now the field that I am working right now is what? Motorcycles, automobile engineering, electric bikes. I am not education on academic wise, I'm not qualified I'm not a qualified engineer. But what made me get into this was something that is out of my passion. I learned that, right? So what you're learning and what your whatever your grades are need not determine what you're going to be doing in life. So you cannot restrict or put yourself a boundary for yourself that, okay, I'm doing BCom, so I'm going to get into account. I'm doing BCom, I maybe doing just this. So that is something that I really realized, that what I'm doing right now need not be determining my destiny. So you can decide your destiny irrespective of what you have, your education, your financial status, whatever challenges you have in life, right? That cannot come as a block. You need to convert that into a stepping stone. See, today I fill the gap of engineering with I hire about 7 to 8 engineers who are doing the work for what I want. All I need to do is I need to have a vision. I need to tell them what needs to be done, where is the market going, how is it. So that comes with clarity. That is what a leader is supposed to be doing. And for that, none of the your excuses, right? If you don't want to do something, you have 1,000 excuses. But you want to do something, you don't have any excuses. You get it done. So that is something what will come to you only when you get into a field that you care about, what you love doing work. So I would urge everybody to please, keep this not like an advice. I'm not, just because I have white hair, I'm not going to give you advice. I'm not gyan, but I'm telling you that these are some of the regrets that I'm sharing with the young, crowd. When I see college students, I'll say, I always think when I cross the college, right? I used to see the building like, oh my God, if I had that 20 years back, I would be a very different person right now. Because, and that is something that I'm never going to get. Tomorrow, after 20 years, probably you will have the same, if you're a boy, you would have a white beard, or you have white hair. At that time, you will have the same regret that if I get that 20 years back, I would have been a great, better person, or I would have done better. So right now, just spare 1 hour of your day for these things, and you will never regret that 1 hour that you have done. And coming to thing, I just had a. How much time have I taken? Gokul, how much time do I have? I don't want to just eat away everything. Hello?
Shivkumar sir. Yeah. Shivkumar sir.
Tell me, sir.
Yeah, as per the schedule, how much time do we have?
Till 2:15.
Okay. But
Okay, I'll take another. I'll take another few minutes, and then I want to have an interaction with people.
Sure. Thank you.
So once, so this is something that I wanted to tell, and then comes the, no more pain, more gain. This part of my life is pain. So when I started my company, and then I set it up, and I went global also in 2018 or 17, we started going global. We have our own resellers in Australia, Bulgaria, Colombia, US, Vietnam, Thailand, Kuwait, all this by 2018. And then came two major blows, which is not just to us, but the entire business community, which was GST and sudden change of the taxes, which made our product 28% more expensive. And then before that, there was this Notbandi, the demonetization. So all these things came back to back without giving you any time to recover. And again, 3 times in that period of between the demonetization and the GST thing, 3 times I went so close to closing or shutting down my business. But that was really painful in that time. But still, what kept me going was the persistence of things will get better. This is going to be teaching. What is the thing that we will learn from this, and how am I going to be getting out of this? So that kind of thing will only come when your drive is not just money. If you're doing something only with only the drive of money, and when the money dries out, you're going to be giving up. But when your drive is not just money, and it is beyond money, which is your heart and that passion, everything, that is where you get the persistence of, okay, this is the pain is there, but I will pass through this pain, because the going through pain and growing through pain is completely something that we need to be looking at. And everybody will go through it. Everyone, whether you are already a millionaire, whether you're a poor chap, you're coming from a very middle class or a low one, you will still have the same process of going through the pain, and because that is the only way to success. So or growth. So once that happened, it was almost close to closing my business. And the same car that I was sitting and selling my products, right? Initially, when I started the company, I had to sell that car in 2018 to pay my employees, because of sudden drop in the business, and we were about to close. I said, the car is not important than the dream. Even the house was there, that was also sold. So that is called, again, when you go bankrupt, you go like all down. So I have gone through that, and I'm telling you guys, once you go through this, I don't want everybody to go through this, but going through a pain and then coming out makes you so strong that you never fear about that. Like, I know what happens when this happens. So I'm not, the failure is something that I don't fear at all right now. You don't need to impress people. You don't need to worry about falling and failing and being let people laugh at you, because you are the one who are going through it. And that is your conviction that will take you through it and make you grow. So at that point, I sold my car. I gave, because these all comes when you love what you're doing, you're going to be going all in. So I had to sell all my assets to make sure that I keep the company afloat. But what happened after that came another big blow, which was COVID. When COVID happened, it was a boon in disguise for barrel, because that became the lowest point of barrel exhaust, because absolutely the world stopped and transportation stopped and we stopped our business completely. But then I still kept it alive because I knew that this is a temporary thing, and that is something that the world is pushing you towards pivoting. And that's when we started Barrel Motors Private Limited, where the dream of building our own motorcycle in electric was already kept in 2018 as shelved. But then this was a time when we had to regroup and do it. And at that time, all my experience of selling my dream initially, where I had nothing, and then raised the funds for setting up a barrel factory in Bangalore, came into picture. And this time, selling the dream again for a much bigger vision of building an entire motorcycle rather than just a product came into picture. I was able to sell my dream. Those sales thing I was talking about, right? Initially, I sold, fishes in when I was 12 years old. So all these things were behind me. Right from my childhood, I had this thing of entrepreneurship that while I was just 12 years, being from a Brahmin family, I was not allowed to keep pets or something like that. So these small aquarium fishes were something that I used to hide and keep in my home in bottles, and I used to sell without my mom knowing. I used to create interest among my friends group in my area and make them go talk to their parents who are the decision makers, and create the interest, create the demand, and then go strike a deal with the aquarium shops. Since you guys are in Bangalore, I'll tell you, in fourth block Jayanagar there was a shop. So I used to go walk all the way from JP Nagar to Jayanagar, talk to that guy while I was just 12 years old. I talked to the guy, strike a deal, telling that I'll bring some friends and their parents. So when they buy from you, I will go back, but I need a commission on those sales. So this I was doing it when I was 12 years old. So all these things were inherent from my childhood, and I had to stop that business because my mom found out that I was selling fishes. So I stopped it. But all these things came into picture when I started raising an angel round. I had to go pitch to investors, VCs. So it was not the first time. So first time I fumbled, made mistake, learned from it, sharpened my pitching skills, went again, the storytelling, redefined the storytelling. So it did it multiple times, and then once I did raise the funds for setting up a one. And what happened there is now still going. We built a prototype. We are in the next stage of going shortly. We will be launching our own motorcycle. We are also now a defense supplier. We are supplying to Indian Army. So imagine a person who started off with a rock bottom, selling on the streets, waiting for the sale to happen, to now being a official defense supplier, a brand that was built from an i10 car to now in 40 plus countries, zero rupees earned in 2013 to crores of turnover right now. All these things cannot couldn't have happened if I had just not followed my dream, and I had not taken the route where I will do what gives me happiness and what I care about. Had I been in that job, continued to do what another 400 people in my floor were doing, probably I would have been, a little bit more like probably a VP or a director or whatever in the last 10 years. But today, all the experiences where the failures, the downfall, the pain, the misery, the loss, the bankruptcy, all these things is what has kind of added value. So remember that whenever you fail in your life, whether it is an exam or it is in your any of the activities or in your life, personal life, it is not the end point. It is just a point where you need to relook at where did I go wrong and how can I correct this and how can I make this a comeback story. So that is something that is there that I want to talk about. I wanted to share with you. Now, I don't want to, kind of go on. I know it's a lunchtime and people will be, already yawning. I want to make this as a a little bit of interaction. I want to get some questions from you guys, and I want to answer those particular things, because I'm not going to give you a bookish response. I'm not going to give you theories. I'm going to give you real life examples. I'm going to give you my real life learnings. And if even if that helps one of you to become a great entrepreneur tomorrow, I would be really humbled and grateful for that opportunity. So I'm Gokul sir, if you can have just open for questions. I would really like to be having interaction rather than just a monologue.
Sure, sure, sure. Thank you, Giri, for that wonderful session. Students, uh, please do ask any sort of questions. You are in your first year of graduation. I'm sure there are some dreams which you're talking about. Don't shy away. Please ask questions. Doesn't
Yes.
matter
Don't
what is
worry.
it that.
Nobody is going to judge you. The person who's going to sit next to you, listening to you, may laugh for your question, but tomorrow, if you don't ask this question and get this sorted, probably more people would laugh at you. So don't worry about what people think. I would not judge you. Nobody would judge you. Go ahead. Please ask. Please feel free.
And Giri, we have some of our faculty members also joining, so they might also have some couple
Sure,
of
sure,
questions.
sure,
Sure.
sure.
Thank you. Students,
Okay.
Giri, I had a question for you, basically, if I
Uh-huh.
could.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Yeah. Uh, Giri, just to kind of uh, we passed out of MBA just within a gap of 1 year. So how
Mhm.
was it that you worked in the industry for 10 years, and then probably when you said that you quit your last job and said that I'm going to start something on my own from ground zero, what was the reaction from your family and friends and relatives, of course, relatives in double quotes?
See, the first thing that you need to avoid, giving. What I did, I'll tell you what happened. When I quit my job, nobody had a clue that I would come back home as an unemployed. I went to office that day morning, even me myself not knowing that I will be, quitting my job. So I did this on a split second decision or gut feeling or something that yes, I need to do something for myself. And when I came back home, was a little bit shocked by the first circle of family wife thing. But she, fortunately, my wife did give me one of the best support. I was not questioned by my spouse, but definitely my dad was a little bit worried. And about the when you put relatives in double quotes, that is one thing that I never cared about. I don't care about what people will think about me, what they will say, what they will feel, because the first, it's like if as long as your mom, your wife, your first circle does not have any issues, or they are proud of you, or they're not feeling shy, feeling ashamed of what you've done in life, I don't give any kind of I don't listen to those things, right? So first thing is you don't listen to any of your relatives. That was there. There were people who were just trying to poke and to ask what happened to him. He's not going to office and all stuff. But I never gave it a thought because my goal was so big that I could not hear them. Their rants. Eh,
Thank
But
you.
that's why I'm
Thank
telling.
you.
That is why I was telling these guys, whatever you want to do early, because the more delay you do, the more people in your life will start, kind of talking about, giving advice, unnecessary, taunts. The earlier you start, the better it is. And the college is the best time to start, which I should have done. I regret that. I'm just passing on the learning that anybody who wants to do something in life. See, all this said, I also want to tell people that entrepreneurship is not the only way to be successful in life. Definitely, there are a lot of even being an employee, the career growth, everything is really good. But what being an entrepreneur, what I believe is, if if you choose entrepreneurship, there's a better and an easier chance to become more successful because there is less competition there. Everybody wants to become an employee, but very few people want to be an entrepreneur. So the competition is less and the opportunity is more. The only thing is the path is tough. You got to be prepared for the grind. If you're prepared for that, success is easy.
Thank you, Giri. That was wonderful. Thank you. Students, any other questions? You can either put it in the
You can
chat
actually
box
put
or
in the comments, yeah. So if you don't
yeah.
want to even
Please do.
talk,
Please
put
do.
it in the
Please
comments,
do.
I'll take it up. I know, being in the initial years of college, there's a lot of holding back that what people will think. What if I ask this, and what if it looks very stupid? That's the first thing that you guys need to, come out of, because you don't want to be just living others' life. Ask what you want to ask. If you don't want to ask, it's fine. But I'm just telling you that please don't hold back because thinking that what others will think, right? How different was studying MBA and applied in real life? Okay. Siddharthi, hey, very good question and thanks for asking this. So while we were studying and while you're studying right now in the same institution, there's a, Gokul would be able to tell that there is a huge difference in how the landscape was then and right now. We were not exposed to a lot of the knowledge, the free knowledge that is available right now on the internet. And
Absolutely.
then,
Absolutely.
sorry?
Absolutely. I agree with
Yeah,
you on that.
so right now, you guys are bombarded with information, and that you can have access to information that we never even knew that it was existing. So that is something that is there, and compared to in real life and studies, like exactly what I tried to tell you, a college or an institution is actually a platform. So many people say that, oh, मैंने जो पढ़ाई किया वो that is not applied in my real life. Even I used to tell that, and I sometimes still tell that. But I'll tell you what is the realization after telling that. The thing is, a college is not designed to give you a real life experience. A college is designed to give you a platform for you to prepare for a real life experience. Now, there are things that we say when we are reading marketing in college. They're going to be giving you a Philip Kotler, right? But they're going to be reading you those books. You're going to be writing some questions about theories, consumer behavior, and all these things. But when it comes to real life, what happens is you probably will not apply that theory there. You know how it is that it's not mathematics that you actually have to use the same thing. But what you will do is in the college, you will also have got an opportunity to do projects or internship. Now, most of the students, what they do, or even what we did at that time, was we will take up the easiest project. We will take up the known company's reference and do an internship. Just prepare a report and submit and get the Viva done, closed. That is where the difference is. When you go to do an internship during your college time, or nobody's even stopping you to do an evening job when you're not for money. I'm telling you, initially when I was telling, right, even when you're doing a college, it's from morning till evening. Another 3 hours in the evening. If you do work in any of your field that you like, even for free, imagine that it's a practical class. If you do that, your whatever you're learning there plus whatever you've done as an MBA is going to add and make you better suitable for the real life challenges that is going to come. Still you will fail, but you will you will fight, give a better fight before you fail. So that is something that many miss out. uh, that's exactly what I want to tell you. Keep this in mind that whether you're studying in college, whatever is happening there or not, you're passing, you're getting 60%, 70%, doesn't matter. Get this evening job somewhere for free. Don't earn them, learn. I hope, Siddharthi, that gives you a little bit of clear. So how do you feel when you're riding new bikes? Grishma, that's the best part of my day. If I'm so whenever whenever I'm stressed out, whenever I think I'm really I want to clear my mind off, I want to think of something great and I want to feel happy, I take my motorcycle and I go on rides. That feeling is something that recharges me. So I cannot compare with anything. So I've taken motorcycle rides to Tawang, which is the border of China. We've done many thousand plus kilometers rides many times. So these motorcycles are 24/7. I can speak about motorcycles. So I love that. It recharges you. So that's what, when you do what you love doing, it recharges you.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Myself, Grishma.
Yeah. Hi, Krishna.
Sir, I saw you in many YouTube videos, sir, while you are riding your bikes.
Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah. So that is my
I
life.
can't believe that you, so that I got it out, so that I asked the question to you, sir.
Okay. So see,
Thank you, sir, for reply.
yeah, yeah. So see, that's initially when I was working for the 10 years, right, in the companies, I used to apply leave to go on motorcycle rides. Now, now when I'm doing what I love doing, which is motorcycling, going on rides is part of my job. So what I was applying leave and begging for leaves to be approved, and then going on leave and coming back to doing the job that I was not happy. Right now, going on rides itself is part of my enjoyment, right? So I have not worked from 2014 till now. 10 years I worked in the companies, which I did was I was doing for money. I was doing for to please get the better appraisals. But right now, in the last 10 years, I have not worked at all. I go to office. I meet bikers. I am always around motorcycles. That sound, the fun, the crawling, the biker meets. So that's what happens when you do what you love doing. You don't work. You just get paid for enjoying your life. How
Thank
do
you,
you,
sir.
would you describe success in the field? Okay, so success in the field is basically, success is something that is very relative to it's actually different to different people, what success means to people. So but as long as what I feel for in this field where I am in, the success is what is the value that I am adding, what is the value that I'm bringing, and how many lives I'm touching and making it better. So if you notice, in the last 10 years, there are more than 100 110 150 people who have joined barrel exhaust, crossed basically their lives, their family, they got jobs in joined barrel exhaust as an employee. They moved on to the better ones or something like that. We have sold to about 55,000 to 60,000 plus bikers across the globe, made them happy. Now, for us, the vision statement for barrel is basically not becoming the best exhaust company in the world. We say create happy bikers. So now every time we send our product to some of the customers across the globe, and then they use it, they love it, they smile, they enjoy, they ride more. So that is what is the success for the company. And the one part of the other part of the success is basically you have to, when you are doing a business needs profits to be growing. So the other thing is a monetary wise. Now that we can keep different levels of, okay, this many crores is what I want to do, that many crores I want to do, this many countries I want to be in. So that is one way of doing, which anytime you will be not satisfied. The success what we feel when I told you the first time is creating value into the world. The purpose of life for me was to make sure that the bikers across the globe are happy. And if I am able to create something new which was not there in the world, and people across the globe who have never seen me in life or will not see me ever in my life are still believing in the brand that I have built and buying from us, that is success. See, like have I given you the answer correct? Okay. Anyone else? We still have time. Please go ahead. I'm really happy, being in a motorcycling and thing, and it's more about more of males in that. I'm so happy to see girls also asking questions related to this field. And yeah, go. Anyone else? How many of you are into motorcycles? Okay, keeps changing. So right now it's the Z900 is my most favorite, Kawasaki Z900. That's what is currently. Prior to this, I was also riding a Harley Davidson 883, but that keeps changing. Better bikes, new bikes keeps coming like some mobile phones, new models, new bikes. Ninja is too. Okay. Okay. Can we have some questions which basically correlates with entrepreneurship, with what you want, what challenges you are facing, any doubts about how to start up, what to do, all those things. So that would be beneficial for a lot of people. And for all the other things, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. You can find Giridhar Soundararajan on LinkedIn, or I'm also called Mr. Barrel on Instagram. Any other questions? Okay. I hope I was clear and slow when I was talking about. But sometimes I'm really fast. When did reverse forward? Yeah, so we're looking at 2025 as one of the thing. 2025 is where we are looking at launching. We'll also be going to be launching the kids version, the sports version, the defense version, and also the street version. Oh, that is okay. That's a LinkedIn profile. Yeah, you guys can connect with me. Have any questions beyond this? I'm open to kind of guide somebody who wants to start up something very early. Please connect. That's there. Gokul, if everybody is there no more questions, you can let me know how to take it forward, and I'm done with this. Hello.
Yes, Giri. Yeah, I'm hearing you. Students, any more questions? And as and when Giri was speaking, I've just pinned in his LinkedIn profile into the chat box, and also the Insta uh, one, so that you people can connect. And that again, we'll send it through you, so that if there are any specific questions with regard to entrepreneurship and any other thing that currently that you have, then we can continue. Otherwise, we will. The thing is, we will. I'll just share my screen, and now we'll have a formal. We'll have the closing remarks and the vote of thanks. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Let me share the screen. Uh, Paurnima, over to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That was really a wonderful session. Thank you, sir. Thank you for answering all our questions. Here we come to the end of the session. As we observe the wisdom shared by Mr. Giridhar, sir, I would like to express my gratitude to him. And finally, to conclude our meet, I invite Nishchit to render the word of thanks, expressing our appreciation to all those who have contributed to the success of this Corporate Connect Edition 11.
Hello, Nishchit. Hello. Did we lose him? Okay.
Nishchit?
Sir, he has some network issue.
It's okay. I'll
He'll be back into that.
yeah. Can I do that from my end? If that's okay.
He'll be back in 2 minutes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, sir. The internet was.
No worries. No worries, Nishchit. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so good afternoon, everyone. I'm Nishchit B from first year BCom. On behalf of our institution, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to all the participants who made today's Corporate Connect on breaking barriers, entrepreneurs navigating milestone, and fundraising challenges a resounding success. We are deeply honored to have had Mr. Giridhar Soundararajan sir as our guest speaker. Mr. Giridhar sir's insight and expertise in the field of entrepreneurship have enlightened us all and provided invaluable perspectives on the future of commerce. Your presence has truly enriched our event, and we are grateful for the knowledge and inspiration you have shared with us today. Thank you, sir. A special word of thanks goes to our esteemed principal, Dr. Geeta ma'am, our head of the department, Nara sir, our coordinator Umesh Mama, our event coordinator Shikumar sir, and all the teachers for their guidance and support in organizing this event. Your expertise and dedication have been invaluable in shaping the minds of our students and fostering an environment of learning. Last but not the least, I would like to thank each one of your active participation to make this event a success. Thank you once again.
So thank you, Giridhar sir and Gokul sir.
Thank you. Thank you all.
That's it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Giri.